Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check out these headlines. We got more information on EthGate, the political landscape for crypto, and I believe especially XRP is getting better by the second. You're going to see information of that today. XRP price charts are pointing to an explosion, say the analysts. We're going to take a look at it. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at Dig Perspectives at the top of the screen and everything that we're talking about today. No live show today for the Sunday Facebook show. You can follow us on Digital Perspectives News, and there's exclusive news content that's put out there every single day. But we want to let you know, no live show today. The day's gotten away from us a little bit, so let's get started today. 2 trillion plus right now for the crypto market cap. We're up 0.54%. It's March 27, 2022. Good morning. Happy Sunday. 44,500 plus. Ethereum 3,100 plus. We see right now 83 cents for XRP. We're going to take a look at quite a few charts before we get out of here today. 83 cents on the bottom, 84 cents on the top. We're going to keep an eye on it. Take a look at this as we start. How about this for Ethereum for the answer? The Web3 future solution. WindyO.E says $722.63 gas fees to swap $347.23 worth of X. ETH, you are simply drunk. Go home. Yeah, it's exactly right, Wendy. Very good comment. I tell you, this is not a solution for the future right here. Something has got to give with the Ethereum network. The only people that are getting an advantage of this new Ethereum network are the people charging for the transactions. We'll keep an eye on it. Right here is a clip from Wheezy X right here. I'm going to play this clip for you. And we know that, and the reason I'm playing this clip, by the way, for you, is because we know that one of the big motions we need to hear, or judgments from the judge, is the ruling on the 63 email drafts about the William Hinman speech that was given back in 2018. This is William Hinman talking about right now the speech and saying it is positioning it to really the people he's speaking to, that it is actually official guidance from the corporate finance division of the SEC, not his personal opinion. This is a huge moment, and then we're going to hear from John Deaton on how huge this moment is. Take a listen.
Let me briefly make a few other points about guidance and filing reviews, and then we can get to our panel. On the guidance front, the Division of Corporation Finance has been heavily involved for some time. Some of the initial, more formal guidance in this area was provided in a joint statement that we and our colleagues in the Division of Enforcement put out in conjunction with the July 2017 Dow Report of Investigation. Since then, we have been providing further guidance through speeches, statements, most recently working with the FinHub to publish the framework for investment contract analysis of digital assets that Val has mentioned. That really is the framework that we use to analyze whether we think an asset may fall within the securities laws, and we shared it to help move that analysis forward. Let me briefly make a few other points about guidance.
And there you have it. So it's we, right? All the way home. That's what we're talking about here. And that's why John Deaton, I believe, answered this question from Nick Burfado right here from Link 2. Don't forget about them if you're looking for private equity, albeit Ripple, Uphold, or anything else. They are the official to go to, link2.com. But check this out. Why the Hinman speech emails equal settlement. He was asked the question. We have learned not only are there 63 email-related emails to the speech, but there are also 52 drafts of the speech. That's a lot of input and drafts for a 5-page personal opinion speech. It sure is. We've even heard Mark Phillips tell us that, he's done drafts for important political figures in government, and they don't even have that many drafts for a DOD speech or Secretary of Defense or things like that. Listen right here to this question.
Give me your percentage. What percentage chance do you give this case as ending in settlement? What do you give it? Give us your Vegas odds.
50%.
50. give me your
50%
percentage.
right there. 50%. And what he's saying is also, and he's gone further to say, that if the judge rules that the emails are admissible and they're coming into this thing, then he says, he's gone on to say that, you could see a settlement in 60 to 90 days from that moment or sooner. So we are really waiting for that moment to be decided. We will keep you up to it. This here from Wrath of Conman, and we're about to change gears and go through what I believe is showing us a complete shift. And I almost really would like to say more of a reveal of what is to come. And Ripple and XRP are smack dab in the middle of it. We start right here, boots on the ground. This sustainability report by Ripple partner Ali Bank, dated 2020, but only recently uploaded for us to see, notes the use in progress of Ripple XRP. They distinguish between Ripple and XRP use right here. They also report positive results. As you can see, it says here, many customers used it in the core system and was able to auto-detect the transaction type incoming from various channels, efficiencies, resources, savings, time savings, less than a minute or 2 to 3 hours transactions once authorized. It says here, XRP blockchain Ripple payment system is used by customers using core system mobile banking and internet banking between Kuwait and the UAE branches. There you have it. So it's all about faster execution and less charges. That's what we're talking about here. But let's keep this moving, because we just heard Secretary Janet Yellen of the Treasury say just 2 days ago, all of a sudden, crypto innovation can be a healthy thing. She specified for payments. For payments. What is XRP designed for? What has been Ripple's goal from the very beginning? Payments. Well, it gets better. Jeremy Allaire shares right here, Powell, Yellen, Lagarde, and many other central bankers agree stable coins and central bank e-money will coexist. Oh, really? That's huge progress in a year. The next 2 to 3 years of stablecoin hypergrowth will cement the next 2 to 3 years of stablecoin hypergrowth will cement their role as the foundation of the internet finance and commerce. Listen to what she says here.
That way, or do you see a digital currency ecosystem that can coexist and be healthy with stable coins and central bank digital currency?
Well, I don't see it as an either or. I think that they can certainly coexist. And I think that from our perspective, CBDCs and sovereign currencies will not go. They will not go because they are the anchoring factor in the world of currencies. What matters is, whether people have the confidence that a euro is a euro, or that a dollar is a dollar, or that a renminbi is a renminbi. If you have a stable coin, maybe there is a one-to-one conversion from that stable coin into fiat currency, maybe. And I'm saying maybe because we have seen instances when the regulator checked into whether or not there was this one-to-one guarantee, and there was not. And the assets against these stable coins that were out there, the assets against that were not tantamount the volume of stable coins that was in circulation. So there will be stable coins, there will be attempts, and there will be desire by some to actually leverage their respective networks or their respective platforms or their respective payment systems in order to move into that activity. But I'm convinced that sovereign currencies in the form of CBDCs will necessarily at least coexist.
So listen, let's take a look at this. Jerome Powell from the Fed, Janet Yellen, Christine Lagarde in the last 48 hours have come out in alignment about the fact that stablecoins will coexist. The public-private relationship will coexist with central bank digital currencies. This is enormous because I just showed you in November This document really right here, which is, let me go right here first. The World Bank document, which we covered in November of 21, 5 months ago when it came out, citing that they also believe that Ripple XRP and XLM are actually stable coins for cross-border payments. We're not just talking about USD Tether. We're not just talking about the USD coin. If you're Jerome Powell, if you're Janet Yellen, if you're Christine Lagarde, which also came from the IMF/World Bank, stable coins in their mind are also Ripple XRP and Stellar Lumens XLM. And I'm not talking about those coins being listed as a dollar. I'm talking about them being pegged to multiple different assets and reserves, as Christine Lagarde said. The fiat money will be digitized, and it's important because it's not going away. Brad Garlinghouse has reminded us of that multiple times. Now let's go to the World Economic Forum. So we're looking at documents that are 5 months old, and in the last 48 hours, the alignment of Christine Lagarde, Jerome Powell, Janet Yellen, and others. Stay with me. This right here from Christian is a reminder of the WEF, World Economic Forum report that we covered back in November as well. Granting central bank reserves access. Listen to what this says. These schemes could serve, talking about central bank digital currencies and stable coins, and having them be held to a heightened supervisory process to make sure that there's no run on a stable coin, right? No risk, negative risk. These schemes could serve as complements to regulating and managing risk associated with stable coins. Full reserve backing with a central bank, either directly at the central bank, as with synthetic CBDCs, or in a bankruptcy remote account with a commercial bank as intermediary. Again, collateralizing and making sure you have the one-to-one or a surplus, so there is no chance of it going negative. Would improve consumer protection and the stablecoin's financial integrity. Users could have first claim on the provider's reserves or other assets in the event of insolvency. It is important to note the stablecoin digital currency would remain an ultimate liability of the issuer and not the central bank. It would therefore not be considered a CBDC by definition. Researchers at the International Monetary Fund, European Central Bank, and the World Economic Forum have written further on this subject. Again, the World Bank's written on this subject, and they're not talking about sovereign dollars. They're talking about a stable coin. And in the World Bank that's being referenced by the WEF is now being cited as Ripple XRP and XLM. This is what I want you to see right here. Everyone chips in and puts up reserves to collateralize the ledger and or the XRP stablecoin, according to the World Bank and the World Economic Forum here. You could use many different reserve assets to give you this price floor or a price set, because a stablecoin can be price set and held to a certain level. And you could do that not with just one asset like a USD reserved to the USD coin or USD Tether, but multiple assets. So if the system was ever attacked, because so many banks are participating around the world in these reserves being put up, and many different reserves, albeit gold or oil or silver, stocks and bonds, and dollars themselves from around the world, you would never be able to sabotage the system and take it to zero. A true stable coin for a true payment network that everyone in the world could rely on. A decentralized exchange, if you will. Take a listen here. This is Ryan Zagone, who's going to speak in just a moment. And he's going to tell you at his time at Ripple when he was at this conference here, he's going to tell you exactly what they're after and what they're doing. And what they're doing is much like the early days of the internet, what Ripple's approach is. And I believe what he says here from a few years ago is really significant to where we're about to arrive. Take a look.
They launched to be decentralized. Perhaps some can argue that they will, but most can't. And what they will be, however, is functional. And for their platforms to be useful, the tokens on their platforms need to be freely transferable. And for them to be freely transferable, they need not to be securities. And so fundamentally, I think we would benefit from a clear definition of functionality, and that definition triggers the ability for tokens to be not securities and be freely transferable.
Great comment by that gentleman right there, saying if this whole thing's going to work using some kind of digital asset, you need it to not be a security to do so. Amen to that. Now Ryan Zagone.
Hello, I'm Ryan Zagone from Ripple. We're a company using blockchain and crypto assets to improve cross-border payments, taking payments from, say, 2 to 4 days down to a few seconds at a much lower cost. Looking at the token taxonomy topic, I want to expand the lens out some from ICOs to broader crypto. It's a broader world than just ICOs, and the importance of looking at this entire sector. So we see recognition globally that blockchain and crypto assets will play a pivotal role in the next generation of finance and our national economies. And there are countries racing to provide regulatory certainty so they can be the winner in this race. They can essentially take a stake as the global capital of finance, which is now in the US, moving elsewhere. We're seeing national holistic frameworks in other countries designed to drive the adoption of this tech. You can look at UK, Singapore, Japan. In the UK, there's now more people working in fintech than New York. Also Japan, Singapore, and Australia combined. So the race is real. They're winning because they have one framework that covers this entire technology. It gives certainty to the market across a variety of these technologies. Certainty is that prerequisite for adoption, and it's enabling much faster growth. Well, from the US's perspective, that's a strategy we invented in the early 90s with the advent of the internet. The White House came forth with one framework for electronic commerce that gave certainty to the market for internet development, and that spurred the US to be a leader in internet technology. We see opportunity to take the same opportunity or the same move today. One framework for this entire technology.
There you have it. One framework for this entire technology. What is the XRP Ledger again? As David Schwartz said, it's a public good. It's a decentralized exchange. The ultimate goal is to have the XRP Ledger serve just like the IP for the internet does, the internet protocol, along with the ILP, the interledger protocol, and then the XRP Ledger. And then this becomes a protocol as a part of the experience of the internet and the new financial system. That's the goal. I'm not saying it'll be the only one, but what he's making the point of is really coming back to the last 48 hours of what we're hearing from Janet Yellen and Christine Lagarde and Jerome Powell even, that crypto can be good for payments. And in order for that to happen, they're going to need to have a moment, I believe, where the Treasury comes in and deems a protocol like the XRP Ledger, which is a decentralized exchange, systemically important. I'm going to keep hammering it home because I believe it. That's the truth. Now let's take a look at this, because if you've been paying attention here, Kristen Smith says pretty much the same thing from the Blockchain Association. If you've been paying attention the past few weeks, there's a lot of evidence of bipartisan vibe shift on crypto, contrary to the media narrative that pushes a polarized split on the issues. She goes through and explains the stuff that she's talking about. I don't need to go over it with you, but this is what you do want to see. Where's price going? The charts are saying an absolute explosion is coming for XRP. I'm not an analyst, but this is what we're seeing. Linda P. Jones shows here the Wyckoff event chart with a possible breakout that takes us, I know that right there is about the $5 range or higher. Then we see what else? We see the use of the Elliott wave system or charting system from Dark Defender right here, showing us the supports if it breaks lower, 66 cents, 47 cents, 22 cents. And if it goes higher, we're looking to hit the 196, $2 plus, and $11 plus going forward. Now, that may be the rest of the year before we see that. We don't know. But I tell you, the charts are what the charts are. It's a living, breathing picture or a picture of a living, breathing buyer market of buyers and sellers. So really, really interesting here. And then a more overview here from Mac Attack right here, showing us that the long term going into this thing, looking at the fractal, if it repeats, we could go up into a couple $100. It's about how fast I believe we see this fundamental news play out that we just covered. The case has to end. Ripple will IPO, or maybe not. Maybe Ripple becomes a central bank, and central banks, I don't believe, IPO. That would be interesting. I don't know how that would play out, but I think they do IPO, actually. But the truth is that I do believe Ripple becomes a bank in order to keep the escrow, and if not, then the Treasury is going to buy it every month when it comes out, because the Treasury needs it because the Fed is too bloated with debt from all the money being printed. And I think the creation of a U.S. digital dollar could be backed by gold and other assets to really encourage and incentivize people to give up the paper dollar. How long does it take all of those things to unfold? I have no idea. The only thing I'm sure of is I'm not leaving until it gets here. Take a look at this, because it is a high-risk market we are invested in, ladies and gentlemen. Crypto, high volatility, high risk, extremely high risk. I love this space because of that, but I also make investments in other areas to hedge my ideas and understandings and where I go for direction. And I Trust Capital is one of those places, because the only thing better than buying crypto is buying tax-free crypto. And that's exactly what I do with iTrust, and I love what they do. They have no monthly fees now, and there is a lot of good news coming tomorrow, in fact. Stay tuned on that. I want to tell you so bad what it is, but I can't till tomorrow. So check out iTrust. Really great stuff there. You can buy crypto tax-free. It's amazing. I love what they're doing, and I will catch all of you on the next one.